Welcome to Biology, My Passion. I am Soumya Harikrishna. We are now learning the chapter Principles of Inheritance and Variation. And in the previous video, we learned about sex determination mechanism in different organisms like humans, what is the mechanism, in insects like grasshopper, and also in the case of fowls or birds. Today we are going to learn about the sex determination mechanism in honeybees. Here it is slightly different from the other patterns we learned, that is why it is treated as a separate video. In honeybees, or not only in honeybees, certain other insects like sawflies, ants and wasps, they have a mechanism called a haplodiploidy. You are very familiar with the word haploid and diploid, aren't you? That is, haploid means what? There is only one set of chromosome. In our case, only our gametes are haploid. Whereas, what is diploid? The two sets of chromosome. That is, in the case of our body, all the cells are diploid, like two sets of chromosomes are there. That is 23 pairs, or we say 4 to 6. So here this mechanism is a haplodiploidy mechanism. But before we dwell into the details of this sex determination mechanism, let us try to have a basic idea about the colony of honeybees. Here you can see 3 different types of honeybees. In a honeybee colony, we know they live in colonies. In a honeybee colony, we can see these 3 different types of insects. The first is the drones, second is the queen bee, and then the worker bees. Of these, drones are the males, whereas queen is only one in a colony. And workers are thousands there. And workers are sterile also. Do you know what is the meaning of sterile? Not able to reproduce. So, drones and a female queen are fertile, whereas worker bees are sterile. But there is only one queen in one colony, and she is the only member who is privileged to lay eggs. And she is the one managing all the whole colony activities. Okay, now let us see how are these queen forming or worker bee forming or drones forming. But we know that queen is little elegant, right? Like royal look she has. Like a queen, because she is larger than others. The largest member is queen, then comes the drone, and the smallest are the workers. There is clear division of labor in the family or the colony. That is, the queen is the one controlling everything, and she is the one determining the number of the sex ratio, and she is the one laying eggs, everything. Okay. Whereas the males or the drones are the privileged group, they hardly do anything than eating and mating. Their duty is to mate with the queen. Whereas the workers are the underprivileged ones. They always do hard work. They have to make the honeycomb, they have to fix the wax in that, they have to bring the nectar, fan it and make it into thick honey, and also they have to produce the royal jelly, and they have to purify the air by fanning their wings. So much of work they are doing. Okay, so they are the one actually doing the hard labor. Now let us see how is this sex determined, or how can a male form or a female form. So in case of honeybees, the chromosome number is 32. That is, diploid number is 32. So haploid is 60. And the mechanism is very simple. As the name indicates, haplodiploid. Haploid means it is male. So the chromosome number is 60. Diploid means female. Chromosome number is 32. That's it. If a member is haploid, that is a male member. If a member is diploid, obviously that is female. How can a haploid male form? We learned about one process called a parthenogenesis. In the first chapter, there is mention about parthenogenesis, in which a new offspring is formed from the gamete of the mother without fertilization. So the mother's gamete is directly developing into an offspring. Then that is a condition called parthenogenesis. So in that case, we know gamete is haploid. So obviously the offspring also going to be haploid. So from mother's egg, if that offspring is developing, it is haploid and a male. But if the mother's egg is undergoing fertilization with a sperm, then it will produce a diploid one, that is female, that is due to fertilization. So if the baby is formed or the new offspring is formed after fertilization, that is female, without fertilization but parthenogenesis, that is male. Suppose this is the queen, she is diploid, that is 32. The meiosis happen and gametes are formed. Gametes are haploid because it is formed by meiosis from a diploid cell. At the same time, so this is 16. At the same time, male who is 16 will also produce gamete. But here it has to undergo mitosis. Because we know that it's already haploid, it cannot undergo meiosis. So mitosis happens to form the gamete. So in queen or the diploid organism, meiosis will give rise to the haploid gamete. Whereas in a haploid organism or male honeybee, mitosis is giving rise to male gamete. Now this is also 16. Suppose this male gamete and this female gamete is forming or fusing, it is called a fertilization. So if fertilization is happening, it is going to be 32 or 2 and then it is a female. Suppose this gamete is directly developing by parthenogenesis, it is going to be 16 and that is male. Okay. So this is the sex determination mechanism. Queen produces female gamete, males produce gamete by mitosis. If they fuse to form a zygote, then it is diploid and it is a female. The female gamete is directly developing into a haploid organism, it is a male and it is called a parthenogenesis. So here actually female will determine the sex ratio of the colony. She always ensures that large number of workers are produced compared to number of drones. Because I told drones don't do any work in the colony, so he eats larger amount of food compared to the females. So if drones are more, food scarcity will be there and also poor workers are working for collecting that. So in order to avoid that, the queen will always lay more number of eggs after fertilization than the unfertilized egg development. And how is this happening? It's quite interesting. The female or the queen will start a flight. That means she will go above the beehive, okay, and she makes a kind of movement, a kind of flight which is very typical of her, and she produces certain pheromones from her body. Pheromones means hormone type chemicals are there. Organisms secrete pheromones for various purposes, for attracting the males or communicating everything. So these pheromones are produced which will attract the male. So some of the drones also will go up. So almost 20 feet altitude, the female will mate with male. Queen makes only one nuptial flight in her lifetime. She mates with many drones, maybe 7 to 15 drones during her flight, and she collects all the sperms from different males in different spermatical chambers. Okay, and later she comes back to her hive and she starts laying egg. So whenever she wants to produce workers, she will be taking her egg and fuse with one batch of the sperms collected from one particular male and will be producing many workers. So they are all females and they are called super sisters because their father and mother are same, right? Okay, so like batch by batch she can produce new individuals, and whenever she wants to produce drones, she will be making her egg develop into a new organism without fertilization. So everything rests on the female or the queen, who is the only member capable of fertilizing. So you may also have a doubt, how can one become queen? So usually when the queen is laying eggs, in a vertical column of the honeycomb, she will be laying some eggs separately which are destined to be the future queens, okay, some eggs. Out of that, one will be selected and all the eggs will be fed with a royal jelly. Royal jelly is a kind of enzyme secretion from the worker's mouth. The royal jelly will be fed for all the babies for 3 days. After 3 days, only one will be fed with the royal jelly for 5 days and the rest all will be given pollen grains and nectar only. So which all are feeding on pollen grains and nectar, they will develop into normal workers, whereas the one which is fed with a more amount of royal jelly, she will turn into queen, where her morphology also changes. As we can see in this picture, queen is easily distinguishable from other members because her size is huge and during gravid stage, means when she is about to lay eggs, her abdomen will elongate even further. And also her wings are only 2/3 of her body, whereas in the other two categories, the wing is completely overlapping the body, abdomen. Okay, so these are the interesting facts about honeybees. Hope you understood the mechanism very well, haplodiploidy mechanism of sex determination. If you like my videos, please like, share and subscribe to my channel, Biology My Passion.